Oh, it finally did go live. The wheel was spinning forever. Thinking it was my router. All right. Well, hello, Crime Stuffers. Look, another video. Let's start with this now that I can read. Cleansing the liver, detoxing with turmeric. I put the web page down here. I already put it on the other one. But here are some of the things. Oops, and then I didn't bring the thing out. Anyway, you saw the container in the other vid. Cognitive health, natural anti-inflammatory, prevents blood clots. Wait a minute, prevents blood clots. Number 3, prevents blood clots. Reduces depression, boosts skin health, prevents certain cancers, arthritis, manage diabetes, obesity, inflammatory bowel disease, regulate cholesterol, pain, toxicity, lowers high blood pressure, liver function, protects the heart, digestive system, protects DNA. Protects DNA. Wait a minute, it says it protects DNA. Speeds up recovery after surgery, protects the pancreas, heals bone fractures, treats muscle disorders, spleen health. That's where all the blood gets made. Post-traumatic stress disorder, recovery after stroke, help treat glaucoma, get rid of plaque, relieves cold cough. Oral ulcers, anti-asthma agent, protects liver from toxins. Aids in liver fibrosis, prevents gallstones, weight loss, thyroid health, reduces risk of heart attack, reduces symptoms of premenstrual syndrome. Menopause, treats UTIs. I did not know. I always use cranberry juice, but okay, treats UTIs. Psoriasis treatment, treats acne. I don't know if that's internal or external, because I know people that actually apply it on the skin. Lupus, HIV benefits, whatever that means, kills cancer cells, boosts immunity, reduces oxidation of cooking oils, protects from food pathogens, prevents Alzheimer's, benefits in epilepsy and seizures, prevents cystic fibrosis. So it seems to me this and CBD or cannabis, and you're looking pretty good, and all it is a plant. Okay, so there's that. Let's see here. How you saying hi? And it says no one's here. Oh, wait, now it's up to 2. Cool. And thanks, Phil. I assume that was you that did the $5. Appreciate it. All right, let's go over to this. And I just want to get back to the very basics here. Common law or contract? Common law or contract? Common law or contract? All right, so, and then what's the next thing? The next thing is when they make you an offer, don't accept the offer. And now getting back to common law or contract, do you have any kind of contract that makes me the trustee? I'm the beneficiary. I claim that I'm the beneficiary. I don't claim to be the trustee. I didn't sign any, and if I am the trustee, I didn't know about it. I didn't sign any paperwork that made me the trustee of any fucking thing that I know about. So why don't you provide me with the contract or obligation upon which you are relying that you say makes me the trustee of these trusts that I didn't even know I had? Because I was raised ignorant. And I walk into court thinking that I didn't know I was the trustee. And who's responsible? The trustee is responsible. And see, they try to make you the trustee. They try to make you that unlawfully converted birth creature thing that is a creature of the state. The creature from Jekyll Island. Yeah. Worse than the creature from Jekyll Island is the zombie that you are. And I was watching that video. And again, the name and number, yeah, you don't have a name and number. You do, but you don't. They gave you that name and number, but it ain't yours. So when I say you have a name, and it seems contradictory, but no, I am Ben Hosea. The name is the thing that they gave me that has a number attached to it, name and number. They number flesh. And once they number flesh, because these are the slavers from way back when, we're dealing with the same cults. We're dealing with the same death cult. We're dealing with the same idiots that are outlined in this book. They didn't go away. The Pharmakia from Chem, the Egyptians. There are 4 angels that you don't want to deal with. And they have names, and I can't mention them here because it'll get me in trouble. And they made these things, and then these things that they put into you, problematic to say the very least. Same guys, mushroom cult, basically. And the mushroom cult makes medicine, but it's not medicine. It's poisons and phylacteries and potions and things. And then they get you to inject the potions. Don't. That's an offer. Again, they've offered to make you trustee. Don't accept the offer. Rescind the offer, in fact. Revoke your power of attorney. Common law or contract. Where's the contract that makes me the trustee? Present it to me, and I'll rescind it. Oh, well, you won't even do that. All right, then I am going to have a default notice here, if I do it correctly, that says I asked you for the contract that made me the trustee, and you didn't present it. I asked you for all kinds of contracts, and you didn't present it. Contracts or obligations. I have no facts or evidence. All right, that's a powerful statement. I have no facts or evidence that the contracts that I back up. You know why? It's because you guys are writing over here. Anyway, and it distracts me. But anyway, because I'm that squirrel. No contract. All right, so I have no facts or evidence that I have a contract that makes me trustee. I have no facts or evidence that I'm anything other than the person beyond the seas who is the beneficiary of these trusts. I have no facts or evidence that I am other than the living man. I have no facts or evidence that the living man and the corporate fiction are the same. Okay, write your own sentences. Keep them brief. I've been working on this. You might want to read chapter 5 and 6 and 7, but this is a good book to read. You know most of the stuff in here, or you think you do, if you speak English. But here it is, all written down for you, how they manage to mind fuck us into what happens, because they use English and grammar and dog Latin against us to the point where we think one thing and it's actually another. So pay attention to the words, and then once you start understanding the words and the definitions of the words, you'll get a lot further. And I mean, especially the short words, the really short words, the prepositions, the of, the and. And again, these corporations with their DUNS numbers, that's now stare decisis. So now that you have the DUNS number, you don't have to worry about any kind of adjudication when it comes to them saying, well, we're not a corporate. Yes, you are. Here's your DUNS number. Right. And then, like I said, if you're watching frankspeech.com, which keeps getting attacked and goes down, and right now my girlfriend can't get it, and I was watching it and then it went down. Let's see if it's back. We'll go over here, this one, quick one. I have it up, and the answer is no, it is not. Yes. 403 error. The request could not be satisfied when I try to refresh the page. Let's try it again. See, they should be using Theta Network because I'm sure they got DNS going on here, because there are those that do not want you watching frankspeech.com right now because of the information that he put out, which is beyond a shadow of a doubt that there was some interference in that thing that happened last year with the Wigmore party. And see, this guy Donald John was trying to restore you to understanding common law or contract, getting you to understand this republic thing, and getting you have to decide that you want this. If you just want to be told what to do. Oh, and did you see what happened in Kentucky? In Kentucky, the Supreme Court, go look it up, ruled that all of those mandates for this and everything else unconstitutional. Duh, I didn't need the freaking Supreme Court of Kentucky to tell me that. But it's nice that the Supreme Court of Kentucky told me that. So now I need to get that case, and I can bundle it up with some of my paperwork and send it in and say, hey, the Supreme Court in this state has already ruled it unconstitutional. How come ours hasn't? And if it is unconstitutional and you guys keep doing this thing, you are subject to liability for violating my constitutional rights and continuing to violate my constitutional rights. So let's recap one more time. Common law or contract, when the policy officer offers you a contract, you say no, or you sign under duress. Don't sign under duress, just put no contract. And if they sign for you, better yet, now you got them for all kinds of stuff, right? Accept their oaths of office and hold them to it. They are indentured servants with emoluments. They have sworn oaths to the Constitution. So if they've sworn oaths to the Constitution, Crime Stoppers, hold them to their oaths. You got to know how. The way you do it is not like this. Damn it. The way you do it is like this. They are the ones that do this. Come with us at gunpoint, right? Arresting you for a traffic violation or not having a license or some shit. Ooh. They should be afraid to do that, and they're not, because they've been getting away with it forever. So anyway, show me the contract and show me where you can take the living man into custody without being held liable. Anyway, so the common law or contract, I'm not the trustee, I'm the beneficiary. And when you make me an offer, I choose not to contract with you. UCC 1308. I like Admiralty. They had these sovereign patriots, or the fuck they were. Pretty much all of them, to a man, were patriots who were trying to trick you and who were trying to obfuscate and who were trying to get you to think that somehow a citizen could be sovereign. Somehow a sovereign could be a citizen. The sovereign is sovereign. Now, the citizen has citizenship, and that makes you part of the corporation called United States, or State of Hawaii, or County of Maui. You are the lowest man. You have the lowest standing. You have understanding. You have the lowest standing if you acquiesce, if you sign, if you agree. Okay, so you need to change your standing. How do you change your standing? It's here. Like I said, what is it? The Hermetic Principles. Number one. What's number one in the Hermetic Principles? Number one in the Hermetic Principles is mentalism. It's all mental. So what you've done is changed your mind. You came across some new information. Hey, I know in the past I signed these forms, but I'm not signing them anymore, because now I realize that I wasn't noticing the world. I was acquiescing to a contract that I didn't understand. I was claiming to be trustee when actually I'm beneficiary. I was entering the contracts that I didn't get. I didn't. When I say didn't get, didn't understand. Didn't know what I was doing. Didn't have full disclosure. You were engaging in fraudulent concealment and fraudulent non-disclosure. And fraud vitiates everything from the beginning. So it says in Throckmorton. And again, stare decisis, that no need to adjudicate anything. Same thing when we get the Kentucky Supreme Court ruling. No need to adjudicate. It's already been adjudicated. And then go through. Last night, my son and I photo read the maxims at law, and then went over a few of them, particularly the Nemos. Here, wait a minute. Let me read this to you. I'm just going to read one paragraph. Where it at? It's over here. And then it's over here. And then it's this one. And then let's see here. Nothing which is against reason is lawful. Let me just finish that statement. Further, I have no facts or evidence that PCR tests used to create cases are either accurate or reliable, or that the PCR tests have been calibrated using any isolates of Dirona. That's not what I put there, but for hear us on YouTube. I allege, that's an important word, that it is impossible for PCR tests to distinguish between the Rona and the flu, or any other variant absent isolates. In other words, they haven't isolated. How do they know there's a variant? Show me the isolate. In Alberta, they couldn't show the isolate. I think in Kentucky, that might be part of it. They couldn't show the isolate. There has never been an isolate. Comma. Oh, wait. Not even comma. Hey, where's my cursor? All right, there it is. Me too. Period. All right. If you disagree, please provide any facts, evidence, or science upon which claims to the contrary by your employers rely. Because I'm writing this to a person I know. An isolate is required. Nothing which is against reason is lawful. That is a maxim. Right? No man can sue in the name of another man. That's a Nemo also. And again, go open up that library at Kirk's Law Corner and read the treatise on arrest and false imprisonment. Once you do, you will see that they cannot diminish rights by statutes and that your rights are off limits from the legislatures. They are certainly off limits from governors and mayors. We got roosters and birds all around here. We got so many animals, it's ridiculous. See, the animals up here are fat because, well, we won't get into that, but there are deer on the wide. I just like off this balcony right here, like 20 deer literally ran by. The other day, it sounded like sound effects. There were pigs, 3 of them, a mama pig and 2 babies, just cruising along right down here. Right? Wild turkeys, wild chickens, pigeons, all manner of foods on the hoof here. And as an aside, actually, I'm not going to tell that story, but yeah, there's food here that you can shoot and eat. Talk about farm to table if you want to. And we just stress tested it for the giggles of it the other day. But yeah, and it was delicious, by the way. The thing had been alive earlier in the day, and then we killed it and ate it because that's what some of us do. That's the faster way to go about it. The slower way to go about it is wait 90 to 120 days for whatever it is you put in the ground to grow, and then you can eat that. I'd get in the habit of doing that because they have removed you from the land and made you think that centralized food stuff is good. Centralized food stuff is not so good. You should be able to get your own and grow your own and so on. And if you don't know how, then you should be able to trade for it with people who do. And these are called, farmers markets. Okay. Also, and on this property, eggs. Get like a dozen eggs every other day. Easily a dozen eggs. Can't eat them all. Can't eat them fast enough. Right now, I think we're up to I think we're ahead by 3 dozen, and we just gave away 18 in Goodwill. But the idea is, yeah, there's eggs. The land is easy to make produce if you know how. And some of us have forgotten how. So you're going to be reminded that this might be a thing to do in the very near future. But not forever. We're going to go, like I said, this doesn't end in ultimate tyranny and the bad guys controlling the whole thing. This ends with tribunals and equity. And equity is not punishing the past, but making sure that these guys never do what they've done in the future. And some of them, in order to prevent them from doing what they've done now and in the past, need to be removed from the prime material plane. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so I wanted to make, and then another thought that I didn't finish when I got off on a little rant or tirade on Mr. Abraham Lincoln, who was a bar attorney who was getting us to pay war bonds that we didn't owe, and we lost. So we were paying those war bonds, representing the crown. One of the things he said, though, actually multiple things he said. One, how many legs does a dog have if you call a dog's tail a leg? You've heard this before if you watch my videos. The answer is 4, because calling a dog's tail a leg doesn't make a dog's tail a leg. Calling you a person or calling you the corporate fiction with a name and number doesn't make you that name and number. And you need to know how to rescission that. You need to know how to rescind that. You need to, in the past, it may look like I agreed to that, but I don't agree to that. I have never waived any right. I am not chattel property. My body is not to be used for surety and debt. Common law or contract. I'm not the trustee. I'm the beneficiary. I do not accept your offers. And see, that was one of the things. They offered to make you the trustee, and you went, okay, but you didn't know you said okay. That's called non-disclosure. And they wrote bonds on you. And then they gave you the crazy name, right? This same insanity of sovereign citizen. Those 2 words are absolutely contradictory. Then bonded freeman. There is another contradiction in terms. How can you be a freeman that's bonded? How can you be bonded if you are a free man? All right, so we got to boil it down to the easiest, simplest things, because people have made it so complicated, and like they got to know all the law and they got to know all the statutes. You can't know all the statutes. They've written thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of statutes. Even just the 50 titles. I mean, there's thousands and thousands of pages there. All right. Who is subject to those? This becomes the question. To whom do they apply? They apply to those who have oaths of office. So you need to understand that you need to accept their oaths. And if they're going to receive their emoluments, they need to uphold those oaths or be held liable. They may not conflate you with the trustee. They may not make you the corporate person. You are the living man. That conversion was unlawful. That name and number that they gave you, yeah, it's not yours, it's theirs. I mean, you have it. You're authorized to represent it, but that ain't you. And it's hard to get the common man to understand this. The living flesh, not numbered, I mean, they might as well put a tattoo on you with the number on it. No. So they figured out that if they put the tattoo on and they put the chains on, we get pissy. So what they do, they didn't put the chains on. They didn't put the tattoo on. They did it all on paper. And then they conflate the two. Is that you? And you say yes. You have to learn to say, no, that's not me. That's a picture of me. That's an identification that has my picture on it. But that's not me. You guys did that. But fuck, it's got my signature on it. So you might be slightly culpable because of your ignorance. You are destroyed for your lack of knowledge. And now they're really destroying you for your lack of knowledge. Okay. This one right here. This is your owner's manual. This is the guide. This gets you out from the Whore of Babylon. And I heard some interesting stories about men who asked them if the Christ Jesus was their Lord, because a lot of them, you got to pray to the Lord and he's going to make it happen. She don't mention what Lord she's praying to. And if you take a look at that video and all the signs and symbols that are in there, talking about Mariah Carey here, make it happen. She might not be talking about the Lord that you think she's talking about. You just assume that she's talking about, right? You make assumptions. You assume that these people do not sacrifice children because you never would. So you assume that they wouldn't. Sorry, they do. I know it sounds like crazy talk, but adrenochrome is a thing. All right. So this video short, super short. Well, for me, I'm already 22 minutes in, but for me, common law or contract. You're not the trustee. You're the beneficiary. You may be the grantor, or you may be the trustor, the thing that set the thing up. Technically, you're not, because you didn't set the thing up, but it's set up. You are the genesis of it, because again, there wouldn't be that name or that number if it wasn't for you. They unlawfully converted you into the corporate fiction. All right, the artificial person is not over the living man or woman. And it's under. It's not responsible for it. Those who birthed you, they didn't create you. They birthed you. Mommy and daddy gave you body. God above gave you rights and life. And your life is everlasting. That's the other part. And you're part of a larger thing. If you want to get really metaphysical, I'm not here. This is just me. Or excuse me. This is just you talking back to you through me. Because there's only one of us here. If you want to get crazy about it, like I said, way above my pay grade. But you're the only thing here. It's all happening upside down in the dark. In here. But it sure looks like there's separate people, and it sure looks like there's all this other stuff going on, but there's only one of us here. You are part of the larger thing. You are not the, what is it? You are not the ocean in a drop. You are the drop in the ocean. Now, how's it go? I can't remember that one. See, I'm slaughtering it. It's, wait a minute, the universe in a drop. Right? All of it. Your DNA contains all of it. And then they told you 90% of your DNA was junk. Anyway, we're not going to go down that path. But the idea is it gets really complicated and soofy-goofy very quickly. And it's very difficult to explain these concepts with this language that we have, this English. And they use this English against you. So you might want to pick up this book right here and figure out what's in it. because there's a lot of good stuff in this book, and it will tell you how it is that they use the grammar, diction, syntax, etc., against you, and make you think one thing when actually it's another. So we got to keep it really, really simple. Common law or contract? Show me the contract. Show me the contract that makes me the trustee. Because, you know, I set up trusts for back in the day. I don't anymore because I know fucking trust in this country. Patrick Devine said that repeatedly. There is no trust. But anyway, when I used to set up those UGMAs and IRAs and all the other stuff, the idea was that the beneficiaries didn't have to sign a fucking thing. Right? The beneficiary, I didn't have to, my sons or the sons and daughters of these people that were setting up the IRAs, or, for the beneficiary doesn't come and sign anything. The trustee has to. It's an agreement. Yeah, I'll right. Okay. So, did you sign anything for this trust that made you the trustee? Maybe you did, but you didn't know that signature was going to be used to make you the trustee. So you need to rescind that signature. You need to revoke your power of attorney. You need to not let these guys vote by proxy for your straw man. And again, they don't recognize the word straw man. They recognize the word allegiance for that corporate fiction, that artificial person that they made up. That artificial person is not the same as the living man. Get it through your heads. That's not you. That name and number. Yeah, I kept in the other video, I kept saying, yeah, you have a name and a number. No, you don't. I mean, yeah, you do, but you don't. It's not yours. It's theirs. You're authorized to represent the thing. They made it up. You didn't make it up. And further, I made videos about this. Ooh, let's go back to this part. When that thing was made, you were a minor. You were a baby. You couldn't sign anything. They could ink your foot and stamp it on this thing, or they could ink your fingerprints and stamp it on that. But usually it's a soul that they put there, and you'll never see that document. My mom had seen that document, and she tried to get it, and she couldn't get a hold of it. So I have this other certificate, right? Birth certificate. I wasn't birthed. The state birthed me. I was born. Living men and women are born. Your mother bore you, right? She is the door that you came through, the dock door, the daughter. That's the word we use, daughter, right? But that's a door to the dock that you were through that cord connected to, and then you were born into this dimension, reality, space, whatever you want to call it, Midgard. And the cock crows for emphasis. That is the dock door. And they're trying to slam the dock door shut using chemicals so that you can't come through the door. And then see, they give these other guys that wear the thing and the stethoscope and stuff, and we call them dock doors. They're not dock doors. Doctors. The daughter is the dock door, the door through which you come. The mystical thing that we don't have words for, the English, the womb that you come through. Now, once you understand that, and there are others, I cannot confirm this one way or the other at the moment. I've taken a look at it, and it's great. And they take the afterbirth, the placenta, and they give that the name and number, and they consider that the dead thing. I cannot confirm or deny this. I don't know. I know people that believe this. Here's what I do know. After you are born, they birth you. They give you a birth certificate. So for about 2 weeks there, you're a free thing, right? Now, when they do that, you a baby, all contracts, if you read contract law, contracts with minors are all voidable. So you can void those contracts. You can rescind, you can rescission, because it was made, like my son, he has a state ID. He is only 16. So why he have state? Well, because he needs to travel, and that's a whole other thing. But the idea being is that that contract is voidable. He signed this thing, and he didn't know how to sign. But anyway, he put some kind of mark on the thing, which I yelled at him about. But anyway, because there was a way for him to endorse it, and he didn't do it right, even after I told him numerous times. But that's okay, because the contract is voidable, because he's a minor, because he didn't know better. Same thing with you. A lot of the contracts you entered into, you were below the age of 18. And certainly the stuff on your birth certificate, you were below the age of 18. Get it? So those are voidable contracts. So that's all you got to do. Common law or contract. right? You're not the beneficiary. Excuse me. You're not the trustee. You are the beneficiary. And accept no offers. See, and they made offers to you when you weren't smart enough to not to say no. In fact, you couldn't say no. You're a baby at the time. So your parents did it for you. So now you know. Now you got to do something about it. And see, again, that's your square. So you have, you understand not to cause anybody any harm, not to cause anybody any loss, don't disturb the peace. And the way they got you was mischief in your contracts. They made mischief. It's up to you to fix the mischief. And yeah, it's not fair. I agree. You shouldn't have to go fix the mischief that somebody created, but that's the thing, right? I mean, that's just, these guys are criminals. Okay, like say, just for example, a dork like me backs into your mailbox and runs it over. Okay, that's not your fault, right? I'm the one that ran over your mailbox. Okay, if you're gonna fix the mailbox, I should make it good. I should give you the money, or I should, buy you a new mailbox or whatever. But you're probably gonna be the person that has to get the mailbox fixed. Just for an example, right? Okay, they have made mischief in contracts, and they have drawn you into it. They get you to traverse. They get you to step off your square into the world of the dead. All rise. They summons you. They don't invite you. Who gets summoned? Oh, you summons the dead. Am I making sense? Okay. That's 31 minutes. Oh, speaking of that, Job 32:21. Don't accept their person, and no flattering titles. Right? Telling you, this thing is full of diamonds. Full of them. Don't eat sand. Okay. I think I'm done. That was a nice short one. Just want to, right? Keep it simple. Keep it simple. And that's the other thing. Keep your sentences short and sweet. And be able to put, like I said, if you're going to have to put a 3-cent stamp, and then you're going to have to understand. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to do. And I don't have one handy. Do I have one handy? All right. Above the stamp, the date. Across the stamp, your signature or your note, that cancels it. Below the stamp, you need 13 digits, Christian. Right? They used to call us 13ers way back in the day. All right. US. And then the zip plus 4. All right. So that gives you US is 2. And then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Whoops. Am I right? Okay, that's 5, and 4 is 9. Yeah, there you go. All right, so your zip plus 4, your zone improvement number. All right, underneath that stamp, you need to put these numbers. US, those count. They're not numbers, they're digits, though. And then your zip code plus 4. And you can look up your zip plus 4. If you don't know your zip plus 4, go down to your postmaster, go down to your post office and say, hey, what's my plus 4? And they're going to tell you what your plus 4 is. My plus 4 is 7403. And then the state that you're in, 2 digits, HI, CA, whatever it is. There it is, 13. 9 plus 2 plus 2 is 13. 13-digit code on the bottom of that. All right, so, and that's how you cancel that stamp. And it goes on the bottom left corner of your document. And I've shown you this before and so on. All right. I think that's all the clarification I wanted to make. Turns out turmeric is awesome. Combined with CBD or THC. Oil, don't smoke that stuff. I know you guys like smoking it. It's the oil you want. The oil is what fixes you. The oil is the healer. Either the CBD or the THC or full extract, that's the stuff. Combined with turmeric, add lithospheric vitamin C, add some D3, and you're pretty much impervious. Okay, Crime Stoppers, educate yourself, especially on this one, because you will be destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Oh my God, they will destroy you for a lack of knowledge. So educate yourself, Crime Stoppers. You first, and then try to educate others. And see, sometimes when you educate others, because we don't have good verbiage and diction and words to use, which is limited on purpose by this language, you sound like a crazy person. But when the muggles call you crazy, it's a compliment. And because these guys believe that even though, let me read this to you. I just want to, wait, I'm going to stop. I'm going to read this one thing. See if I can find it. I have so much to read, but let me just read this. All right, and then I got to zoom in. This is off the side of the back, off the side of the box. This product is an ear loop mask. This product is not a respirator, and will not provide any protection against the thing. And it says it right here. The third letter and 20 minus 1. Let's see. Crown problem virus thing. All right. Or other viruses or contaminants. The next paragraph is also important. Everybody seems to skip over this. Wearing an ear loop mask does not reduce the risk of contracting any, not some, not a few, any disease or infections. Wait, let me repeat that. Wearing an ear loop mask does not reduce the risk of contracting any disease or infection. User is, wait a minute. User is safety responsible. Oh, wait, excuse me. User is solely responsible for that. I'm having a hard time reading it because it's a picture and it's grainy. And then I got these and then the light. Anyway, user is solely responsible for the selections of, I can't even make that word out. Appropriate personal protective, there you go. Appropriate personal protective equipment for the setting and applications. Change immediately if contaminated. You know, like walking into a bathroom or something where you're going to breathe all that stuff. If you can smell it, you can definitely be, anyway. All right. I just read you the box. Apparently nobody else can read the box. Okay, creme stuffers. Take it easy. Educate self, educate others. And I will talk to you guys, I don't know, at this rate, maybe tomorrow, but probably not again until the weekend. We'll do maybe a Sunday or a Saturday service or something. Or maybe not. Who knows? I'm kind of sporadic that way. But while I have time and while I have this stuff in front of me, I thought it would be good. And again, find out about those DUNS numbers, stare decisis. There is no argument there, right? No need for adjudication. That's a private corporation with which you have no contract, with whom you have no contract, if you consider that corporation a person. Okay. 100th monkey out. I'll talk to you guys soon. Be of good cheer. This is going better than you think, except for the part where we are having some collateral damage. But the collateral damage is because they're, anyway, skip it. Talk to you guys soon.